Frozen Guy Barbecue here. Let me get this microphone out. There we go. Good to see y'all here. I got my awesome blankie up keeping me warm. That was a gift from Anna and Ray, Anna's Adventure 73. Check her videos out. She got some good stuff over there. No question about it. They were just here visiting this weekend, and they gave me this blankie as a part of a Christmas present. I'm like, well, you don't need to buy me nothing. Stop it. Anyway, that's not why I'm here. I'm here because we just, earlier today, had a league challenge. And very interesting tournament. We had a huge snowstorm yesterday, like a lot of the Midwest did. So the attendance was lower. We probably had 11 or so players, which was still good. Of course, Anna and Ray Dalton played. They don't play very often, but I got them hooked up with some decks, and they played their hearts out and had fun doing it, so that was the important thing. Well, let me show you what I played, and then we'll talk about how things went. But before we do that, you guys know the sponsors here, Cooley Cards and Gaming, Gamers Sanctum. It's two of my favorite stores in the whole wide world. You can check them out on all the social medias. They will hook you up for any of your gaming needs that you require. Let me get over here to over to this thing. Now, this is a deck that I literally put together last night before the tournament. I had been studying it a little bit thanks to people like Azul GG, Little Dark Fury, and all the other ones that I watch on a regular basis. You guys know who they are. But this, I didn't even finish. Let me do this quick. Let me just zoop and zoop. There we are. And we're going to Bad Bunny. This is what I played. A lot of cards you will recognize, a few things that might be newer to you. But here's the deck I played. Let me give you a brief rundown of how this goes. And again, this list I got from Azul GG's video that came out, I don't know, like a week or two ago or something like that. Always wanted to play the Bad Bunny. Didn't know how. I wanted to do it. So I tried it his way. It went pretty good. I'll explain that as we go along as well. Yada, yada, yada. So we've got the Badoo. Of course, everybody loves the Badoo. Itchy, scratchy. Makes it so your opponent can't play any item cards from their hand. He's got free retreat. Yes, he only has 30 HP. But sometimes slowing your opponent down when they can't use things like rare candy and stuff really can make a difference in a match. So we got one of those in there. This is the tag team partner of the Bad Bunny, and that is the Dust Snore line. We play a 4-2-3, four of them guys, and two of them guys because you like having the middle evolution. They can be very useful. And then, of course, three of the top guy. Now, these guys, of course, have the Cursed Blast that, if you do it with Dust Clops, allows you to put 5 damage counters on your opponent's people, or one of your opponent's people, and then he's knocked out, so then they get a prize. That's all right. Dust Snore puts 13 damage counters on one of their people, and they get a prize. So you can use that to take out things on the bench. You can also use it to soften things up so you can get them with the Bad Bunny. Of course, we got this guy for free retreat on our basics. Pretty easy one to figure out. Muse, a free retreater, and has that restart in case our draws aren't that great. We can use that to help us build our hand. As a Nippity, when they knock us out during their turn, we got flipped the script, so we're good with that. We got our Ursaluna. A lot of these are our old friends. You've seen these in a lot of decks. Season skill, more prizes they take, less energy you need. If they take 5 prizes, you need none to do 240. Big retreat cost, you can't retreat next turn. That big retreat cost, that's why one of the reasons why Latias is in the deck, to help us use him as a free retreat. Now, we've got a 1-1 Pidgeot line. Pidgeot, the quick search, is great when you're missing one of the pieces you might need to make your deck go every turn. Quick search can be a great blessing, as well as the free retreat. And you can even use the blustery wind if you get desperate for things. But I will tell you this, in my 3 games that I played this deck today, I never once used the Pidgey. So I don't know if it's necessary. I know where it comes into play. Pidgeot EX, very, very powerful card. No question about it. I just never used it. So we'll talk about that later. Mega Kangaskhan, one of the newer cards in the format right now. The Run Aaron, once during your turn, if he's active, you can draw 2 cards. So that's pretty cool. We like that. And again, if you get desperate, the attack isn't too bad either. But we only play 5 energies in the deck, so putting 3 of them on him might be a little detrimental. You know what I'm saying? Because we can't recover any of our energies at all. They're all special energies. The retreat is huge, but if we've got Latias out, our retreat is for free, so that's cool. Mostly there as a big wall guy and as the run errand to get extra cards. We've used this in a few decks before. You've seen it. The Transformative Start Ditto. If it's your first turn of the game, he's in the active, you can throw him away and go grab a different basic to put up front. Now, I only play one of these, and because I don't want to have to start with that every game necessarily, or have it out a lot, or draw and do it later in the game when it's useless. But if I get him out as my active to start the game, I can trade him out into somebody else. Any of the other guys on any of their basics that are here. Mega Kangaskhan did that a few times. That worked out great today. But there's also this guy, and I did switch him into him as well. And that's the Klefki. Now, there's a reason that I play this Klefki and why I wanted this out early in the games. And we'll talk about it as we go along through my matches. But as long as he's active, basic Pokemon in play have no abilities except Mischievous Lock. And that became very, very important in a lot of my matches today. My draws got a little bit atrocious, and again, I'll go into a little more detail about them, but let's just say this for one example. My opponent had this guy down on the bench. I bossed it up, put up the Klefki, and passed for 2 turns. And they wanted to retreat, but because we take Skyliner's ability away, they couldn't retreat. Needed 2 energies, so I bought myself a few turns while I built up my stuff. So that Klefki was very important. It also was important because the Psyduck promo that's out right now, that's the big rage of everything going around, they put it on their bench, and my third opponent that I played today actually played the Psyduck. And the Psyduck says if he's on your bench, your opponent can't blow guys up, can't knock yourself out. So that takes away our ability to use Duskdorn. But when I put the Klefki up front, that shut the Psyduck off, so then I could go ahead and blow up whatever I wanted. So that was fine. Then there's our main attacker, the star of the show, the Mega Lopunny, brand new card in Phantasmal Flame. That's what it's called. Putty. So, we have this guy right here. He comes up from Bunny Eerie. Bun. 2 really good attacks on this guy. Number 1, the Spiky Hopper goes through any effects on your opponent's Pokemon for just 2 energies. Pretty good attack. 160, and they can't stop you by using reduced damage things, or well, like the Mimikyu you've seen us use in the past. It is too. The Mimikyu can't stop him from attacking. That attack goes right through it. But the big one we want is the Gale Thrust. 60 damage, plus if he was switched from the bench to the active, now he's doing 230. Pretty good attack for 1 energy. And with 330 HP, he's a big dude for stage 1. Now, the reason we're pairing that with this Dusknoir, 230 is a big attack, but there's a lot of things out there that can survive that. All of your big stage 2 EXs, almost all the Megas, I think all of the Megas, maybe 1 or 2 of them, but I think almost all the Megas can survive a 230 attack. So what we plan to do when we play this is we plan to blow this guy up, put 13 damage counters on one of their people that's big, and then swing into him with a Lopunny and finish him off. They take 1 prize for the Dusknoir, because it's a single prizer, and we get to take 2 prizes, or even 3 hopefully, when we whack them with the Gale Thrust. That's kind of the plan. We go down here and look at the supporters, of course, because we got a lot of little guys we got to build up. We've got 4 Buddy Poffins to get our 70 HP basics. Got a counter catcher just in case we fall behind, especially because we blow things up all the time, and they get a prize for doing that. There's a lot of times where we'll be behind on prizes, and that counter catcher can be a very big strategy. Some nest balls to help us get our guys out that aren't 70 HP basics, like the Latias, the Fezandipity. A couple of Night Stretchers. They help us recover our Dusknoir line, in case we need pieces of that. I ran out of Dusk Gnors. Well, I can night stretcher, grab one, rare candy it, boom. We can blow it up again. Sure, why not? A couple of switch cards. That way we're a little more agile to get around the board. You know what I'm saying? Because we got to be able to move our bunny from the bench to the active to get the big attack off. Rare candies, of course, that allows us to get up into Dusknoir right away and into Pidgeot because we only play a 1-0-1 line. Ultra Balls to get any guy we want. Jamming Tower to shut down things like Bravery, Charm, Balloon, the Balloon, is it called Big Balloon? Air Balloon. It gives them the retreat for free. Yeah, stuff like that. We want to shut that down. Boss's Hors d'oeuvres. That helps us get up a guy that we want to KO. Some Hildas. Great card. Gets us the evolutions, whether it's the Bad Bunny, whether it's a Dusclops or Dusknoir, or even the Pidgeot if we do decide to continue to play that. It also gives us the energy. Very important to make sure we stay mobile. Because we don't play a lot of energy, this helps us search it out. A couple of Ionos to disrupt the hand or maybe put stuff on the bottom if we're drawing crappy cards that we don't need right now and not till later. Lily's Determination, I think one of, if not the most powerful supporter in the game right now. Shuffle draw 8 if you've got 6 prizes left. Shuffle draw 6 if you've got less than 6 prizes left. Very, very powerful card. And then we get to the energies. Now we have the Enriching Energy, and you've seen me use this before in a lot of decks. When you attach it, you draw 4 cards. Again, more cards, good cards. That helps us get that going. It also helps us fulfill the 1 colorless energy for the Bad Bunny. Then we have the Jet Energies. These, when you attach it to one of your benched guys, this moves them to the active. So let's say if we have Mega Kangaskhan up front with a 3 retreat, we don't have the Latias out or whatever, we can attach a Jet Energy to a Bad Bunny and that'll help switch him out and get him up front and we can use it that way. Very good card. That's all the energy we play is just them 5. So, let's talk about my games today. And we only played 3 rounds today, so it was a little smaller tournament, but that's all right. Round number 1, I'm playing against the guy I lost to at the Cup in the finals. He's playing Dusknoir again, or not Dusknoir, Dragapult. And I kind of know how to deal with that matchup. He's one of them, and I bossed his Latias up and left him trapped up there for a couple of turns while he tried to figure out what he was going to do. This close to beating him. This close. But, again, my draws were atrocious. I never saw rare candy once during that game. Made it hard to blow things up. Finally got down to the point where I had my board set up, but he only had 1 prize left. If I could blow up one of my Dusknoirs, I could win the game. But I can't because he only's got 1 prize left. Stuff happens. Round 2, I get to play against our good friend Ben. Polka Ben Collects. I'm sure you've seen him in the chats and everything if you watch our live streams and whatnot. Got to play him. Played out of division, but there was only 2 seniors there today, so they got grouped into the Masters after round 1. They played each other. He was playing his Ogre Pond Manganium deck that I helped him develop, and he plays it very well. He's missing a couple of cards like the Pheasantipede and the Mew, but he's working on it.
Oh no!
Yeah, he does, really. Most of the pieces are there, and he knows what he's doing with it, and he knows how to play it. And he put up a good fight early on. He was attaching 4 and 5 energies to one of his Steel Mask Ogre Ponds. Energy switching up extra energies to start wailing on me. But he didn't get the Manganium out early. And if you know what Manganium does, every grass energy counts as 2. So, he's got 5 energies on his Steel Dance, the Ogre Pond EX. He does 30 plus 30 for each energy attached to my active and his active. So if he's got 5 on there and they count as 2 with Manganium out, that's 10 energies. Times 30, that's 300. Plus the 30 for the base attack. Plus if I have any energies on me. He'd have waffle stomped me pretty bad, I'm not going to lie. But because he didn't get the Manganium down, I was able to get Lopunnies going and just because he only have 210 on the Teal Mask Ogre Pond, I was able to take one Ogre Pond out, and then he hit my Lopunny for 180. And he had, don't get me wrong guys, I kid you not, he had 4 Ogre Ponds down, right? Teal dance, teal dance, teal dance, teal dance. Energy switch, attach return. He's going 5 energies, hits my Mega Kangaskhan. I get him out of there, put the Lopunny up. Knock out his Ogerpon. The other 3 Ogerpons had, I think it was 1 energy apiece on them. He brings up another one and he goes, oh, teal dance, teal dance, teal dance. Attach return, energy switch, and he swings into my bunny for 180. I'm like, geez. Fortunately, in that game, I actually got to draw some cards and do some right things. And I actually blew up 2 Dusknoirs to knock out one of his Ogerpons on the bench, and then knock the last or the third Ogerpon for my 5th and 6th prize with the Bad Bunny. So it was a fun game, and he was ramping up. Like I said, if he'd have got Manganium out, he probably would have won. I would have played it completely differently, but he still probably would have won. Also a place where the Klefki, see the Klefki, if he would have been active, would have shut down all those teal dances, and I'd have really crippled his draw. We didn't have that option during that game, but that's the way it goes. Game 3, I played against Brett, I think it was, and he was playing a version probably very close to towards Secret Deck, the Mega Kangaskhan, Mega Absol, Turbo Energizer, all those things. And that was a knockdown drag-out fight. But I was finally, because he played the Psyduck in his deck. So he put that Psyduck down, now I can't blow up any of my dudes. But I have the Klefki. So I pushed the Klefki up and he's like, the Psycho Quack don't work anymore. You can't use that Psyduck's ability to stop me from blowing up. Unfortunately, I was having trouble getting my big Dusknoirs out to blow them up. We got some of that done. He took out my Klefki. Oh, well, that stinks. So I did some other stuff during my turn. I got a Night Stretcher, grabbed the Klefki back out of my deck, but my bench is full. I'm like, well, I'll just hang on to this Klefki, and I'll use him later. Well, the Mega Absol EX that he was playing, the 3 energies, does 200 damage, and you get to look at your opponent's hand and throw away a card that's in their hand. He chose to throw away my Klefki. I'm like, dang it. Next turn, I happen to draw another Night Stretcher. I'm like, no, my Klefki. Give me him back. And this time I put him on the bench, which ended up being the way I won the game. Is he was down to 3 prizes, and I was down to 3 prizes. He had a Mega Kangaskhan up front with the Lucky Stadium in play. So he had 330 HP on that guy. And I said, well, we got to figure out what we're going to do here. So what I did, and the other guys that are there that play test with Brett were questioning me why I did it until I explained to them why I did it. They're like, oh, duh, we missed that. I'm like, yeah, I didn't. Excuse me. So we each had 3 prizes left after he took out one of my guys, I think. I can't remember now, but anyway. Excuse me. So I started with Mega Kangaskhan up front. Drew 2 cards. And then I free retreated him into the Klefki, which now shuts off that Psyduck that makes it where I can't blow up. He's got that 330 HP Mega Kangaskhan up there with the Lucky Stadium, so I said, well, here's what we're going to do. Now that I can blow up because I got his Psyduck turned off, I blow up my Dusknoir and I put 13 damage counters on the Mega. So he's got 200 and whatever left. I can't remember. I can't do math. Yeah, something like 200. Had the Ursaring and a Jet Energy in my hand and a spot on my bench. So I dropped Ursaring, attached the Jet Energy, which pushed him up front, and I swing for 240 and take my 3 prizes off as a Mega Con. So I ended up 3rd today. That's how I did. 2-1, and I ended up 3rd. Playing this deck right here. Again, card for card off of Azul's list. This is exactly what I played today. I am thinking about making some changes that would be a little more to my play style because let's face it, when Azul builds a deck, he builds it for his play style, not mine. Not yours, not anybody else's, just his. Gives his recommendations as the best way to play something, or the most unique, or the most fun, or whatever. I love using Pidgeot in decks, but when you've only got 2 pieces to put together, you have no other pieces, you prize one about 20% of the time, chances are you're not going to be using it anyway. Now, one of the things I would have loved to have had would have been a 3rd night stretcher. That would have been a really big help in the game. And possibly another bunny area. Because they got targeted down right away. As soon as I put them on the board, that's my target. I'm taking it out so you can't get the bad bunny. So, well, okay. So we'll deal with that accordingly. So that's some of the changes that I might be making. Other things I might change. I might add a 4th nest ball. Maybe cut a rare candy because we'll be down to only needing 2 or 1. And we'll have 4. There's a couple different things I could do. Maybe another stadium card would help because I forest the giant plants or trees or whatever that thing is. It was used against me today, and I only have 1 stadium, 1 jamming tower. Something else might help me out a little bit with that. We'll see. Especially with Team Rocket's watchtower out there. Shuts down my Ditto, shuts down my Ursaluna, shuts down my Pidgeot. So an extra stadium card or 2 might not be a bad idea either. But let's go over to the table cam now, and we'll take a look at what I got for prizes today. Again, $10 buy-in, very inexpensive today. Everybody was guaranteed to get 1 of these and 2 of these. So there's your $10 right there. And I got to move this screen so I can see what the heck I'm doing. Please forgive me for a moment. You guys are behind me there. The view is behind me. There we are. All better. So that, those are $8-10 already. You get a couple of play packs. We're very happy with that. And for finishing in the top third, there was a couple extra packs. For 1st, 2nd, and 3rd, I ended up 3rd, so I got the fewest, but I still got some packs. Now, these I'm going to save. Probably going to do a short video about those that I'll release today. This video probably won't come out till next week. But we got 3 Mega Evolution packs. Here's the hoping we can pull something good. I got my lucky blanket on, thanks to Anna Banana. Let's see what's cooking. Let's see what's cooking. Here we go. Snom. Score, Bunny. Dinkatuff. Nuzleaf. Mystery Garden, good one for Gardevoir. Soul Rock, great card, being used all over the place. Shifty. Fighting Gong Hollow's good. Delibird, meh. And Alakazam, usable card, not a hit. Boo hiss. Alright, let's see what we got in the 2nd pack. The 2nd pack says Moo. Wait, that's the cow. Never mind. Gimme Ghoul. Sizzlypede. Nuzleaf. Sand Slash. Tangrowth. Chi-Yu. Peekaboo. Surfing Beach. I like that one with a water deck. Execute at Reverse Hollow. Nincada Reverse Hollow. And the Clawitzer. Boo Hiss. Boo Hiss. Hiss Boom Ba. Well, we got 1 pack left, and you know what that means. Smack. Oh, dang it. Ben likes it when I say that, apparently. That one's for you, Ben. Here we go. Last pack magic, we're going to need it. Move the energy to the front. That way when we turn the pack over, we're surprised and it's an energy. Woo! Grafaiai. Vulpix. We got Anna Banana hooked up with those this weekend. Tinkatuff. C-Dot. Magnezone. Iron Defender. Grumpig. Reverse Hollow Tinkaton. Reverse Hollow Donald Trump. Sorry, gumshoes. That hair though. We're going to finish these packs, my prize packs from the League Challenge, with Harayama, a usable card, but not a hit once again. And you know what that means, gang? When we get an opening like that. Not the best packs we've ever had before, but hey, beggars can't be chop suey. I'm going to open these up in a short video in a little bit here and put that out. But in the meantime, I also want to say thank you very much for taking some of the time out of your busy day to watch the video. It's spend a little time with us. We greatly appreciate that. It means the world to us. Please make sure you like, share, and subscribe if you haven't yet. Ring a ding the bell notification so you know each time we come out with a video or a short or who knows what else. Comment below. Let me know what you thought of the deck, the gameplay, and the packs that I got to open. Till next time, gang, I picked up a deck last night at 9 o'clock and didn't play test and took third in the league challenge. And I think you can do better. So get out and give it a try. We'll see you soon.